Sup everybody, this is Cool Through This back with another video today, and today I want to talk about in this video today I want to talk about why the sport of boxing is really dead. The sport of boxing is dead because too many people um too many people are unaware of this. Okay, and that's the main problem with is trying to explain this. It's like me trying to explain racism to people. Nobody's teaching you about racism, so they don't seem to understand it. And people who say the sport is dead, they actually know the sport, and they're being called bad fans, but they actually know the history of the sport, and that's why they're saying that it's dead. People who say it's alive usually don't know the history enough, or they're just focusing in on money. Okay, money, money, money. That's all these people care about nowadays. That's all they care about. Nobody's teaching them about all the aspects. Okay, they're not learning everything. Like they don't know everything about everything. So when it comes to boxing, so they're not really sure why the sport is dead, and they think that just because a lot of people show up to watch Floyd Mayweather fight on his fight night, the sport's alive. Just because all the celebrities and etc. come to the fights, then that means that it's alive. Nope, it does not. Your sport is dead. When you got people calling tune-up fights real fights, your sport is dead. Okay, so I'm explaining everything. All right, I'm going to explain everything for you right now. Okay, um, the sport of boxing is dead because everybody um everybody has to realize the sport has lost the sport of boxing has lost all of its real value and substance. Real value and real substance. It's all gone. All of it is gone. It's when you lose your substance and your value from your sport is dead. And that has happened in boxing completely. And the people, the supporters have just gone along with it, and they've made excuses, and they have not demanded anything better. So I mean, and it's kind of hard. It's hard to put anybody directly at fault. I would say it's the system of boxing, but at the same time, I want you to take a look at the other sports. For example, they still have their value. The Baltimore Ravens last year, they played everybody. Philadelphia, Cincinnati, Texans, Browns, Patriots, Broncos. They made you call them the champion because you didn't crown them the champion. It's like they crowned themselves by beating everybody. They beat the 49ers. Okay? They had to go beat everybody and claim that they were the champion. Claim their champion. So today in boxing, that's not happening. Football's alive just because of that. Just because there's only one real champion who overcomes the odds, who beats all these different styles of play, and claims that he's a champion. And mixed martial arts. Okay, Anderson Silva. He had to go. He's got to play. He's got to fight everybody. He just lost, so he's going back into a rematch with the same guy, and he's going to claim victory this time. That's what he's thinking. That's what the that's what we need to be encouraging our fighters to do. If you lose, go back in the ring and claim victory. That should be on your mind. And boxing, that's not happening. The sport of boxing is gone. There are no real champions. We don't even know if Mayweather's the real champion or not, because Mayweather hasn't even put it on the line against everybody to prove to you that he was the real champion. How is Mayweather real champion when Mayweather hasn't even fought everybody yet? Around in his vicinity, he's only fought like 2 or 3 guys. He's only fought five to six. I think it's like five or six times since '09. This guy hasn't done anything. The substance is gone. And it's only a few people who realize this. He's supposed to have fought like 10 times by now since '09. But that's not what's happening. We have all these belts. And Floyd was just talking about this, but he beat Cotto for the WBA championship. And then Austin Trout turned around and beat Cotto right after him for the WBA championship. All these belts ruin the sport. You got like it's like 5 different Super Bowl champions. What's the point of being champion? It's like the WBA Super, the WBA Interim, the WBA Championship. Then you got the WBC Championship, then the IBF, then the WBC Super. Just too many belts. Being a champion doesn't really matter today. When it's like 7 champions to each weight division. It doesn't. The value of being a champion is gone. Your fighters, they don't know about the sport because we went down from 12 rounds. Because we went down from 15 to 12 rounds. Your fighters fight less. They don't. Dudes used to fight 4 to 5 times a year. They used to put it on the line back in the day because they want to conquer. Today, our fighters only fighting like 2 times a year and claiming to be champion. You're not no real champion. You didn't even fight everybody to prove that you were a real champion. Like, I remember Timothy Bradley came out a few days ago talking about he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame or something. I'm thinking to myself, you ain't do nothing. But of course, people are gonna come and say, hey, yeah, he did this and that. But according to the old standards, your standards are lower. That's why the sport is dead. So you're gonna probably claim him champion, but he's not a real champion because he didn't do anything. If you really start looking at if you really look at this thing and you really compare to the old days, and if you really want to sit down and really discuss substance, there's no way that you can give a lot of these guys credit today. They're not doing anything. They're not doing anything. I remember I thought Adrian Barner, I thought he was gonna be Richard Abril, the guy from Africa, DeMarco, Ricky Burns. I said Richard Abril. Who else, man? Gamboa. I'm thinking Gavin Reeds and all these other. I'm thinking Adrian Barnes gonna clean house at 135. This dude move up after being 2 guys and claiming to be king, and then move up for more money to fight Paulie Malignaggi. And his excuse, if you ask him, his excuse is gonna be, well, my promoter said this or something, or there was nobody for me to fight. Well, go back and fight him now. Guess what? He won't do that. You won't do that. These aren't really champions today. And we're so used to not seeing it, we don't even know what it means anymore to be a real champion. All of that's gone. That's why your sport is dead. That is why your sport is dead. People calling tune-up fights great fights. I'm telling you, it's gonna get to the point, man, where the best fighters aren't gonna fight each other anymore. I'm telling you, when Mayweather and Pacquiao was dissing everybody by saying that they was gonna fight each other, and then they didn't do it, we should not have the people should not have been buying their fights, but they bought their fights anyway. So now I guarantee you, soon the best fighters aren't gonna even fight each other anymore. They're gonna find a way to duck each other. Watch. Oh man, are we friends? I can't fight him. Watch. I guarantee you. We're gonna only get the best fighting each other every two to 3 times. Like, you're gonna have these dudes coming up with lame excuses. Oh, that's my friend. Oh man, he gotta beat him first. He gotta beat two to 3 guys before fighting me. You gonna and then blame it on money or something. I guarantee you, the best fighters would not, because that's an excuse. Because that is an excuse. When you say, oh man, you got to go win 2 more fights before you fight me, that's an excuse. That's ducking and dodging. I don't care nobody say. I remember Floyd did that a lot back in the day. That's ducking and dodging. That's what I call that. That's an excuse. So the best people won't even be fighting each other. You're gonna have that happen like 2 or 3 times, and in the divisions, we got like over 5 to 6 divisions. We're supposed to be having great fights back to back, week to week. Guys just put it on the line. Guys trying to be the best. That's what we should be seeing. But we're not seeing that. Adrian Broner told Al Heyman, "Hey man, I want to fight again." He said, "No man, we gotta save the budget." Again, you gotta save that money. I mean, come on man. The sport is dead. There's no value. No value at all. Um. So man, I don't know. I don't know what else to do, man. I guess we just gotta stop caring about, because people care about money nowadays. They will add money to your legacy. The fans care about the weirdest things I've ever seen nowadays. I understand the promoter. I understand the agents. I understand the promotional companies and the owners. I understand the HBO company, Showtime. I understand them being happy that Floyd Mayweather's making $90 million per fight. I understand them being happy, but why do fans care? You're not getting paid. That money not coming to you. That money's not coming to you. Why do you care? I don't care how much money Floyd's making. That's great, but am I gonna see $10,000 of it? No, most likely not. I'm most likely not, unless he comes to my city or something. I guarantee you, I won't see any of that money. So why do I care that Floyd's making that money? That kind of money. I want to see Floyd fight the best because I watch the sport, and because I watch the sport, I want to see the best fight the best, and that's what everybody should want to see. But they're happy with Floyd making $90 million, and they're trying to add that to his legacy. And I'm thinking to myself, the values and the priorities of the sport is so backwards by the fighters and by the people who watch the sport and support the sport. That's why your sport is dead. So when you hear people say that, think about this video, and remember, think about all the aspects. The fact that your fighters don't know very much. You got guys who only know how to box, but they don't know how to come forward. They know how to come forward, but they don't know how to box very well. They don't know how to move, how to change their rhythm, how to move their head correctly, how to do all that kind of stuff. All that's missing. Back in the day, these guys were more technically solid back in the day. So that's gone. So when you hear people say that, I want you to think about this video. Think about all the aspects, everything, and that's how you determine if your sport is dead or not. And your sport is dead. So man, I'm out of here. It's cool to read this. Leave your comments. Let me know what you guys think. Have a great day.